Hey there, thank you for joining me in this one again. In this short video, what we're going to be looking at is SQL where clause binding in SQL in Einstein Analytics. It's simple and straightforward. So let's open this up, and its setting is practically the same. The binding is the same as you have in other binding, except that you have this optional boolean, which we saw in as grouping too, as SQL grouping. Now it's the same data serialization then the SQL type, which in this case is going to be data set. The one I'm going to demo here is going to be data set, and you can have snowflakes, or you can even have a subject in case of circle. Then you have this optional boolean. So generally, when you write your SQL statement, what it's looking for is the field that you pass in, the operator, and the value in which that field is going to be a filter on. So if, for example, if we say industry in maybe education in this case, now if you allow this by default, this is false, and if it is false, or if you don't put anything there, this is what it's going to return to you. It's going to return and the field name, operator, then the value. But if you put true here in this optional boolean, it's going to add a where in front of the field name before your operator and the value. And so it's very important for you to understand where to use which of these. In a case where it's your first filter that you have in that SQL statement, you could just put true here, which is what we're going to demo here. That way it's going to return the where clause. But if you already had a where clause in the state in your SQL statement, and you want to add and something and another filter, then you could just allow this, leave this out, or set it to false, and it's going to put this, and then you field name, the operator, and the value. What this is expecting is, what this data serialization is expecting is it's an array, and that array is going to be the field name which you want to filter on, the operator in which that filter is going to work on, and the value in which it's looking at, and it's going to return something like this: the field name, the operator, and the value. Now if we go here, if we go to Einstein Analytics here, what I want the user to be able to do is, I want the user to be able to select banking here, and this is gonna filter the account that has been grouped amount in that industry. So if I select education here, we want to see all the accounts and the sum of amount in the education industry, same as engineer. We're going to bind this with this widget. So if I go to edit here, and I go to this widget, and I go to my advanced editor, I go to my query here. Now I have this is my data source, which is a static step, and if we could preview that, you will see that this is a display name, and this is the column in which our values is going to be coming from. And so if I come here and I select this one, then I go to my data selection, I'll be selecting column because I want the user to be able to pass in multiple values. What column am I looking for? Text column, because if you preview here, you see that this is the column or the field in which we're doing our selections from. And we are not looking at results binding in this case. In the case of interaction type, we're looking at selection in this case. And so this is what we want. But we want the data serialization to be as SQLWhere, and the SQL type that we have here is default data set. But like I said, you can use snowflakes or whatever data set you're working with. Now this is what we have, right? But we said that this query that we have up here, which we want to bind this, will accept an array. So what we need to do is we need to convert this to an array. Remember that what we have here so far is the value that is going to return when you click that toggle. So we need to add the operator and the field name. So first, let's start here, and then we're going to go here and we will do to array. Then this is the value. I'm going to cut this here and put it right here. That's the last aspect that we have in that array. We need to add the operator, so I'm going to replace this source here with in. Then we need to have the field. In this case, we're doing a filtering based on industry. So I'll put my industry here. And then, so this is our binding. So it's going to return the field name, the operator, and the value in which the user is going to select. But since if you look at this query here, we don't have a where clause yet. So we need to put true here. That way it returns where industry in the value that is being selected. So I'm going to put true right here. And then I'll just copy this and I'll add it right here. Let me add it here. And then if I save this and I preview now, what is going to happen as soon as I select banking, you see this is what is happening. It's featuring my database on what I've selected up here. And that's basically what asSQLWhere clause works as binding is concerned. Thank you for watching.